In 2003, when accepting his Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song, U2 lead singer Bono said this.
That's really, really fucking brilliant. And
The world was happy for Bono, but Fox, the network broadcasting the event, was not. Despite Bono's, shall we say, colorful language being spontaneous and unscripted, the Fox network faced fines for airing the expletive.
Fucking shit!
Introducing the FCC. The FCC, or Federal Communications Commission, is the independent government organization tasked with regulating radio, television, wire, satellite, and cable communications. In order to better understand the FCC's role in Fox's fleeting expletives ordeal, we turn to the experts. Erikah Haavie sat down with Ken Paulson, who currently serves as Dean of the College of Media and Entertainment at Middle Tennessee State.
You know, it began in the 60s, we began to see more testing of the boundaries.
To really understand how the FCC regulates fleeting expletives, we have to look to the past. In 1978, FCC versus Pacifica Foundation went before the Supreme Court. The case went a little something like this. A New York radio station broadcasted comedian George Carlin's monologue, Filthy Words.
Cursing, cussing, swearing, and all I could think of was shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits.
And the FCC fined the station. And so it went to the U.S. Supreme Court. And in the end, what was concluded is that there are times, roughly 12 hours a day, you would expect children to be possibly hearing radio or television. But that in the wee hours of the morning, you can broadcast pretty much anything because there's no expectation that a child would be listening to a radio station at 3 o'clock in the morning. So what they said was it doesn't have to be obscene to be banned from broadcast stations. It just has to be indecent. So that remains the law today. It's basically any time, you know, from 6 a.m. on, you need to watch your language until kids are in bed, and then you, at least in theory, could carry racier stuff.
After the Pacifica case, the FCC focused on major incidences of indecency and let slide the fleeting expletives or non-scripted verbal obscenities that happened during live broadcasts. However, after a 2004 Bush-era policy change, networks began to be fined for instances of fleeting expletives.
It does seem, pardon the pun, all hell broke loose in the aughts. We began to see much more casual use of profanity. I think what happened is networks discovered that star power, informality, shifting society, and an awful lot of award shows come together, and suddenly you've got artists who are not all that careful about what they should say.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care, and so you begin to see a whole series of cases in the aughts where there are fleeting expletives, and it makes the FCC very uncomfortable.
After being fined for numerous instances of fleeting expletives in 2003 and 2004, the Fox network appealed the FCC's decisions, and the case went to the Supreme Court.
We do not have a U.S. Supreme Court decision on fleeting expletives. In that case, the conclusion was that someone reading the FCC policy would not then be able to know precisely what is banned and what is not banned. Mm-hmm. And frankly, many laws get struck down because of what's called overbreath. That means it ends up banning constitutionally protected speech, or it's void for vagueness, that no reasonable person would know precisely what they couldn't put on the air. So, you know, that was a big victory for Fox. It's been a big victory for the broadcast industry, but we don't have any more clarity today than we had in 2012, really.
So, what can we expect for the future of the fleeting expletive? Here's what Ken Paulson thinks.
In a very odd place because technology has outsprinted societal concerns. Fleeting expletives rule will inevitably change. Mm-hmm. As soon as people hear this current generation of profanity, that it's as common as, you know, you hear damn a lot on television. That's no longer regarded as a fleeting expletive. In 1930, 1939, when Clark Gable says, "I don't give a damn," and Gone with the Wind, that was shocking and appalling. Yeah. So what's going to happen is that either people are going to have to develop new and deeply offensive curse words, or we're going to be so inured to it, it will not be a big deal.
Asshole, ball bag, hard on, piss hard, blue balls, taint, nookie, snatch, box, pussy, pecker, peckerhead, pecker tracks, jism, joint, Donecker, dork, poontang, cornhole, and dingleberry.